everybody, and welcome back to another one of my videos. Today I'm at home again, and a lot of you have been asking me how do I do my sweet potatoes, because I have a bit of success with them. So people's been asking me how do you start them and if stuff like that. So in this video I'm gonna might be a bit longish, but I'm going to try and keep it as short as I can. But it's going to be all about how I do my sweet potatoes, how I start mine. There's several ways you can start them, but this is the way I think it works best for me. So I'll be back with you in a minute. Right, so to start off you're going to need a jug of water from which is just tap water, and you need it slightly warm. You don't want it cold, you want it warm to touch, which is like tepid. You're going to need some jars, don't matter what size. You can use jars, you can use cups, you can use a plastic bottle, cut off the bottom of that and use that, or whatever you want to do, as long as it's something that is relatively see-through. I mean, these have got the labels on still, but the light can still get into them. Right, and here I've got two varieties of sweet potatoes. I've got different ones what I'm going to be growing through the year, which is like Beauregard, Murasaki. I've got one of the rare Japanese purple ones, and this is a Jamaica soft skin and a Jamaica purple. I always have success with these, so that's why I grow these. So that's the sweet potatoes. I'm not going to be doing all the other varieties like F1s and O. Henrys and all that, the white potatoes and all that. Just going to be doing a few this year, the ones what I have success with. So you're going to need some toothpicks as well. Let's take these out. Alright. So the first stage of it, a lot of people saying, oh, I've been doing my sweet potatoes and I've had them for 3 weeks and nothing's happening, and that's because what they've done, they've cut them in half and put them in the water or in the thing. If you do that, you won't get no slips at all. You've got to keep the potato whole. You've got to make sure you don't get potatoes what's too big. And what you want to do on the potatoes, I'll let my cameraman come in if he can a bit more. On the potatoes you see these little black lines. Make sure when you pick your potatoes they've got a lot of these little black lines on them. On the soft skin you can see it's the same. When you get your potato, just run them under the tap warm water. Don't scrub them or anything. If they're dirty, just leave the dirt on and everything. But just make sure when you pick your sweet potatoes they've got those black lines on them. So what you want to do, you want to put them in your jar about so that they're not touching the bottom. I haven't got a see-through jar for you to see, but make sure that they're not touching them. Make sure they're about 1 inch from the bottom. And then you put your first toothpick in. So this is your first stage what you're doing. So you've got your potato like that. Which way up the potatoes go, it's usually the pointed ends. Sometimes you get the potato and they're cut off at the top and that, but you get the pointed end if you can. If you don't, it don't matter too much, because the potatoes are growing in the water. I'll show you that in a minute. They'll go in the water and come back up, so you know that it was upside down. So put it off about an inch from the bottom, and you put your toothpicks in. So sometimes you only need three sticks, as long as it's just to hold it off from the bottom. So that's it from the bottom of the jar. And then what you do now, or what you do, you just get your warm water and just fill that up. Fill it up to the brim. So you've got your rim there on your jar, which is your rim if you've got using a jar. And then that's the first stage, and then you're going to be putting this on a windowsill. Make sure it's one what's got a lot of light. If you've got grow lights and that, you can put those on. Make sure it's nice in a nice warm pot as well. So that's the first stage. Alright. So I'm going to get the second stage, and then I'll be back with you in a minute. Right, so this is the second stage now. So what you want to be doing, I've got this this is a old drink spot what I cut in half. This potato is 2 weeks old, been in the water for 2 weeks. So what happens first, I'm going to show you. I'm going to say it'll root from the bottom, and then you'll see little nodules coming out, either on the side or on the top. And this is Okuwana, which is a Japanese potato. And you see, after a couple of weeks, this one, the roots are coming up from the water, which is all right, because once they get to a certain depth, they'll come out of the water. You're still okay. But this one, it's not grown upside down. I don't know if this is how this particular one grows, but the other ones will root from the bottom, and you'll get these white roots, and then you'll get these little nodules coming out, and that's your actual slip. So that is the second stage of it. So this is a rare sweet potato. So which is called it's a Japanese purple. When you cut it, it's deep purple. It's not like the light purple one. This is a deep one. You have to go to like a Chinese wholesale centre to get these ones, so that's where I got that one from, if anybody's asking where I got that from. So I'm going to get the third stage and then show you that. Right, so this is the third stage of it now. As you can see, the slips have come up nicely. This is a Jamaican purple potato, and as you can see, this one, all the roots are down the bottom. With the water, you have to change this water at least once a week, which is what I do. Make sure the water's not murky or anything. And then you can see how the slips have come up nicely. You've got more slips on the side. This is the Jamaica soft skin. You can see it's got some nice slips on it, and they come up from the top and from the side, and you can see it's got like more little budding. So with sweet potatoes, right, I'm going to with sweet potatoes, you'll get a lot of slips from it. If you want, you can do this. There's another way of doing this, which is doing it. You can get some compost, put it in a plastic tub, and lay them sideways, and you do it that way. But a lot of people say that way is quicker, but I find this way a lot quicker, as long as you put it in the right place. So I'm just going to top these up a bit. They will suck up a lot of water, so keep an eye on them. As they start to grow slips, you'll notice that the water starts disappearing more faster. Once they're in these ones, like once they're in a plain one like this, you just change the water every once a week as well. Once they start growing the slips, then you'll notice that the water will start disappearing. You might have to top it up every other day or so, but make sure you change the water to keep the water clean. So I'm going to show you the third, what we are now, third stage. Right, so I'll be back with you in a minute. Right, everybody, so this is the next stage. So these are the slips. So what happens is when you take the slips off of them, you've got these bottom leaves here. So you take this off, and you will take this one off. What is this one? I think this is a Jamaica purple. So with this slip is long enough to come off. So you just take that off, and then you take these bottom leaves off. Then what happens is, where it's going to start to root, it's going to start to root from here, and you'll get roots from here. And if you put it in the water too deep as well, it'll start rooting from these joints. So these are the ones what I picked off a couple of days ago. You can see these are only been in the water for about 3 days, and you can see they're starting to root from where the leaves come off, which is the nose. So that's where you're going to get your sweet potatoes from. So you just leave them in the water till when you're ready to plant them. If you want to put them in compost or in pots, you can do that, or you can plant these straight in the ground when it's near the time. So you can see all the roots coming through from the bottom there, and from where that bottom leaf come off. Little one, see it's coming from the side there, and little roots coming from there. So you don't want the water too high in the jar. This is the one what I just picked yesterday. You can see it's starting to send. They do grow pretty quickly, so bear that in mind. You might think to yourself, you may have to separate them and put them in other jars. This is one what I picked yesterday as well, so you just see it's just budding there to come out. So by tomorrow you'll see a little white root coming out of there. So that's how the root system grows. Like with the sweet potatoes now, let me just put this one here for a sec. With sweet potatoes, when you do them, you might get someone you think, oh, it's got a double stalk on it. Leave it on the plant and put it in the water. So what happens is, once it starts rooting, you can take this off, and then you've got another plant. So this one's technically got 2 on there. So if you, as well, what you can sometimes do as well, if you grow these long enough, which I don't, I always keep them so that they're nice and firm. If you cut that there and put that bit in water, because you've got the root system here, this will start rooting as well. So you can get many slips from sweet potatoes, but I always leave them like that so that they're stronger when they go in the ground. So I'm just going to put these back in the water. This is the one what I just picked just now. I have got other slips as well. If I have a surplus of slips, I usually put them on eBay or one of the sites as well, just to help the channel along. So this one can come off as well. So if I take that one off now, what it does, it puts more strength into these ones, and then it'll send out more buds from the little nodes. So you just take off the bottom leaves like that, so you got it like that, and then where you got the little bottom there, the roots has come from the bottom and from there, and so you will just get roots from two places on this one. So I'm just going to put this in the water, and these do drink water as well. So what you want to do as well, what you can do as well, is where you put the water up to the bottom node, is just put a little line there so you know how much water to put in there. So that's your sweet potatoes. So if you're liking our videos, please remember to like, share and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell another friend. If you want to leave a comment in the comment section, you can leave a comment section. You can leave comments in the comment section. If there's anything that you want to ask me about these sweet potatoes, leave it in the comment section. I will answer you on them. I grow these all the time. I grow them at the allotment last year, and I grow them in my garden last year. I'll be doing an update on these as well when you plant them out, so I'll be showing you that video as well, which is later down in the month. You're going to need a container at least 3 foot high, nothing lower than that. So you're going to need a container about this high, which is about 3.5 foot high, for them to go down and root in there. So I'll be showing you that. You're going to need, I noticed last year what happened with my one. I don't know, when I came to harvest, I noticed some of the tops was eaten off of some of my ones. So what I'm going to do this year, I'm going to be trying to put a net or something on top, so whatever it is, or I don't know if it's rats or mice or the squirrels or what, but that'll stop them digging down. So I'll put some kind of deterrent on them. So what I also do as well, I'll get some peppermint oil and garlic and the hottest pepper I can find, and I blend that together, and every 4 weeks I paint the side of the pots as well, so that they don't like the smells of that. So that's a deterrent as well, but I'm going to also be putting a net deterrent on it. So if you want to start off your sweet potatoes, I hope have helped someone, showing you what to do and how to start them and how they'll come along. So the next process for these will be planting them out, so I'll show you that. So you take care of yourselves, and happy gardening to you all, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.